All right, let's play the game. Guess the bulge in my pocket.
Wait, no. This is for the other channel, man.
Check it out.
We don't do that on this channel.
Check out my pocket.
Oh, God. What is it?
Guess what it is. 3 guesses.
Is it a power bank?
No.
The Z Flip 8?
No.
I don't know, man.
It's not a phone.
Uh-oh.
It's this guy.
Okay, what the hell is that?
All right, so this is, if you've not guessed it already, a projector. It's a handheld projector, super compact. It's like thin, small, very well built.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Yeah, like it's much smaller than your phone.
Wow.
Yeah,
It looks as good as my phone.
it does look pretty good. I will give it that. So we're talking today about the 8849 Projector M1 Mars, and this is not going to be an entirely positive video, unfortunately. And we shared that with the brand, and they were like, "You still got to make the video." So
yeah, we generally don't like to bash any product on this channel, right? If we really don't like the product that much, we'd rather just tell the brand, give them the feedback, and have them refine the product and maybe send it back to us.
Yeah.
But in this case, they really wanted it, so here's our honest.
They're getting it.
Take.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of good stuff as well with this. So it's extremely well built, like I said. Feels like solid aluminum. Very nice design, very sleek. It doesn't look ugly at all. And I actually took this projector on vacation, right? I'm in a hotel room in France. It's quite dark, as you can see. This is my bed. Nothing to write home about, but hold on. I'm gonna lie in it. And what is that? That's a massive projector screen. Both of us, we went out on vacation with our partners, and we were having this kind of retrospective about the vacation, about how it went. And I put this on, connected my phone to it. I projected the photos and the videos that we took in the couple of days we were there, and it was a nice kind of experience where everybody was around the kind of the kitchen table, and we were just talking about the memories that we had.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, you just brought this thing downstairs. It had a cable sticking out for plugging it into your S25 Ultra,
right?
Android, and then you showed your photos and videos, and then I pulled out the cable, plugged it into my iPhone, and it was just plug and play at that moment.
Yeah, and
at that moment,
yes. So in theory, when this works, it does pretty well.
Yep.
I would say the way you use it is 2 methods.
Mm-hmm.
It has 2 ports, and those are the 2 methods. And essentially, one port is for your phone. You plug in your iPhone, it mirrors. You plug in your Samsung phone, it either starts DeX or it mirrors, depending on whichever phone you have. And that mode, without any other attachment, with just a cable and a phone, gives you about 20 lumens of brightness, which is not very much.
No.
Here's a demo of that. All right, so we're now in a darkened room. I mean, there are blinds and light streaming in. And this is how it's playing off of an iPhone only. So there's no power bank involved here. Going into an iPhone, playing this amazing YouTube video. But yeah, this isn't very bright. I would still maybe be able to watch something, but A, the resolution isn't very high. And yeah, it's not super bright. But in this kind of room, you can kind of get away with it. This is the performance with just the projector.
Yeah, it's not bright. It's not extremely clear. So it needs to be extremely dark.
Yeah, and you have to have kind of low standards to be able to accept the content you're watching.
And it's drawing power from your phone, from the connected device. Because it has no built-in battery, right?
And that was problem number 1 for me. Because my iPhone always threw an error. It said this thing. So sometimes I get this error message, which is super annoying when you connect it directly to the phone. There's no other power bank or anything running right now. And my Samsung phone, when it works well. DeX works, everything works. When it does not work, all I hear is the fan kicking off, starting off, shutting down, starting off, shutting down. So not super reliable. But hey, maybe the price justifies it. So we'll come to that at the end. But when it worked, it worked. But ideally, how you should use this, and this is how I used it on vacation when we were there, I had a power bank attached.
Yeah.
And that's the second port. And what does that do?
Well, that'll make sure that your phone isn't being drained of its battery. And it also cranks up the lumen 5 times. So it goes up to 100 lumen.
Okay, now I'm just going to keep the camera on this. Like, this is the brightness without power. And now you're just going to plug it in. Let's see the difference. 1, 2, 3. There we go. That is big, right?
Of a power bank.
The power of a power bank. So for 20 to 100 lumens, it is quite a significant difference when you use. And I think this is the only brightness where I would realistically watch stuff. I just want to say that the banding you're seeing, the kind of RGB lines, that doesn't really happen in real life. I'm not seeing that. It's what the camera's doing.
Which again, let's be honest, is not very bright. But relative to the 20 lumen, you do notice a difference. So yeah, in a dark room, it will definitely be a better experience. But with any bit of light that's seeping through, it's just not usable. Yeah. It is just not usable.
And good to know, it's just a 720p experience.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get above
full HD. No.
Full HD as well.
Yeah. Now, a similar product that we've checked out before, that you've checked out in the past, is the Capsule 3 from Nebula.
Capsule 3,
yeah. That's also marketed as a portable device. That is considerably bigger than this.
It's like
it's not exactly pocketable. Yeah. It is definitely portable, but it's not pocketable.
Yeah. And one advantage that does come with over this is, this has no battery. So that's a plus and a minus. You don't have to charge it.
Yeah.
But that also has something like Google TV on it. So you can actually take all your apps with you. This is purely a projector, and you cannot really
run anything on it. It doesn't have an OS or anything.
It's a dumb external display for your devices.
Pretty much, yeah. The stand is...
Yeah, it's very nicely done. So just to keep it compact, they have this kind of ring magnetic stand.
Yeah.
And you kind of open it up and you can change the angle a bit, tilt it upwards, tilt it here. Yeah. Bring it a bit, bring it a bit higher if you need to, and stuff like that. So it's very nicely designed, I must say.
Yeah. So what do you think of the autofocus and the keystoning on this projector, though?
I'll leave the keystoning to you, but the autofocus is decent. So it kind of has laser autofocus, I think, and it just things are always sharp for 720p. Keystoning was a different story.
Yeah, it's almost non-existent. Just does not do keystoning, so you have to line it up and level it up correctly in front of the wall or screen that you're projecting it against.
As you can see, the keystoning doesn't really work. This is not a square, it's very much a trapezium, but the focus is decent, so you're going to have to kind of angle it correctly, and at a certain point you kind of get it keystoning all right, not great, but all right. The autofocus, on the other hand, I think is decent. You see, it adjusts very quickly. The focus is pretty quick. Keystoning, not so much. And you can hit a button here at the bottom to kind of refresh this whole situation. There you go. It tells you what to do. You have to trust the iOS device, and then I hit it again. And there we have it. No signal, but you see now connected to external display. And there's DeX. And I can just open up stuff in DeX. It's not the greatest resolution for text.
That's what you're getting for a small package.
Yeah,
can't expect all the bells and whistles, so that's understandable.
Now, speaking of the package, in the box you get this. You get the stand. You get a USB-C cable, which you will need, because don't use cheap cables for projection, because you're not going to get what you need out of it. And you get a dongle to a lightning port. So if you have a lightning iPhone, you can just connect that. Anyway, that's what you get in the box. And one more downside on this is the fan. When the fan is loud, it in a quiet room, and that's, I guess, the place you will use a projector, it's not great.
You know what my problem is, though, with this is it has no built-in speaker. So where's the audio coming from? It's coming from your phone, which is likely plugged in and very close to this device. This device is emitting so much noise because of that fan.
Yeah.
It's competing with the speaker on your phone.
Yeah.
That, you're not really...
This is also one of the pieces of feedback we gave, and they were like, that's acceptable. That noise is acceptable. I mean, I mean, we measured the noise.
Yeah, no, not
Bit
acceptable.
of a strange reply again. Yeah, that fan, especially when you're using it with the battery pack, which you want to use it with to get the best out of this, it's kind of like a deal breaker for me, at least. Unless you're in a very noisy place and it doesn't matter, or you're using noise cancelling headphones or something.
Yeah, no, that would work. So if you're indeed channeling the audio through to another source, then it's fine. But otherwise, yeah. Okay, so to buy or not to buy?
To buy or not to buy? At $200, when this works, it's a cool little novelty gadget.
Yes, I agree.
That's the best case scenario.
Yeah. If you're traveling light, even the Nebula Capsule 3 will feel large and big and clunky. This guy just disappears. So I get who they're targeting. For people who are traveling, want to travel light, perfect. But a lot of kinks to iron out still.
Yeah. The connectivity issues with the phone, the fan noise. Yeah, just those two things for me are like pretty big.
The brightness
Yeah.
and the resolution, I can give it a pass because it's such a small device and you won't expect all the bells and whistles like keystoning and stuff. But and running an OS and but if it's just mirroring, I would expect it not to make so much noise. And two, that the connection, most importantly, the connection reliability should just be plug and play.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah, and we have two flagship phones. It's not like you're testing with some mid-level phone which is struggling to perform or
Correct.
whatever. It's the S25 Ultra and the iPhone 15 Pro. Okay, X flagship, but still a pretty good phone in this day and age. Yeah, should have performed.
Yeah. So, not to buy.
Unfortunately, that's the conclusion.
Yeah. So hopefully they iron this out and bring out a better product. But for right now, we just can't recommend it. Even for 200, we'd definitely go up a bit and get a projector that is more reliable because there's nothing more annoying than dealing with connection issues.
That's right.
But
yeah, they did send out this product to us. We did try to send it back, but here you are. Thanks to all our Tested Tier members and supporters up here. You guys are amazing. This video is not sponsored.
And a very big thanks to our Fuck Montier, Jay, Rachel, Paula, and Rads Panda. Thanks a lot. You've been naming products with a 4-digit PIN code.
And we've been DHRME.
Do we?